High in the Scottish Highlands, hidden beyond mountains and lakes, stands Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. To Muggle eyes, it is a ruin, abandoned and crumbling. To witches and wizards, it is a vast enchanted fortress, alive with shifting staircases, secret passageways, and centuries of magic. Founded over 1,000 years ago by Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin, Hogwarts was built to protect and teach young witches and wizards away from the non-magical world. At its heart lies the Sorting Hat, a relic infused with the founders' minds. Each year, students are sorted into Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin. This decision shapes education and belonging, weaving friendships and rivalries that last a lifetime. The house system defines dormitories, dining tables, and the constant contest for the House Cup, where achievement and discipline are measured in points. Life inside Hogwarts unfolds in a castle that seems to think for itself. The great hall's ceiling mirrors the sky, feasts appear as if conjured, and portraits whisper advice or gossip. Resident ghosts drift through corridors, each tied to a house or past, while Peeves spreads chaos. Staircases shift, doors seal, and hidden chambers guard secrets older than memory. Academically, Hogwarts is demanding. First years learn basics, charms, transfiguration, potions, herbology, and astronomy. Older students expand into electives like care of magical creatures, ancient runes, or divination. Owls and newts shape their futures. Beyond classrooms, Quidditch roars across the pitch, and mysteries, from hidden rooms to forbidden forests, test students in ways no textbook can. Hogwarts is more than an institution. It is a monument to magical Britain, a symbol of safety and danger alike. For centuries it has endured attacks and betrayal, yet its enchantments and traditions remain unbroken. To study here is to inherit the legacy of the greatest magical school in the world. Nestled deep in the Pyrenees Mountains of southern France lies Beauxbatons Academy of Magic, concealed by powerful enchantments. To outsiders, it remains hidden, but to those invited, it appears as a breathtaking chateau surrounded by manicured gardens and glittering fountains. Where Hogwarts looms as a fortress, Beauxbatons radiates elegance and light. Its corridors shine with artistry, its halls echo with refinement, and its students are expected to mirror that same grace. Founded over 7 centuries ago, the school has long been celebrated as a center of European magical excellence. It is particularly associated with the fine arts, enchantments, and healing. Lessons are infused with etiquette and cultural sophistication, ensuring graduates leave not only skilled but polished. At its head in modern times stood Madame Olympe Maxime, remembered for her commanding presence and the dignity with which she carried the Academy's traditions. Beauxbatons is perhaps most famous internationally for its role in the Triwizard Tournament. In 1994, its delegation arrived at Hogwarts in an immense carriage drawn by 12 winged abraxans, each horse requiring barrels of single-malt whiskey to stay content. This grand entrance embodied the Academy's blend of discipline and theatricality, a demonstration of its strength and ceremony. Students wear flowing uniforms of light blue, and their meals are legendary, matching the reputation of French cuisine. The dining hall is known for its dazzling beauty, filled with golden light and crystalline accents. Even meal times reinforce Beauxbatons' pursuit of refinement. Graduates of the Academy often rise to prominent roles across Europe, working in magical government, scholarship, or the arts. Their reputation carries weight, for Beauxbatons represents more than education. It is a symbol of culture woven into magical life. Where Hogwarts is defined by history and mystery, Beauxbatons is defined by precision, beauty, and sophistication. Far to the north, beyond icy lakes and snow-covered forests, lies Durmstrang Institute, one of the most secretive schools of magic in the world. Its precise location is concealed, and those who visit are said to leave under memory charms to preserve its secrecy. Rising starkly from the frozen landscape, the school resembles a fortress more than a palace, built for endurance and defense rather than ornament. Its walls are cold stone, its grounds swept by bitter winds, and life within mirrors that severity. Durmstrang is famed for its emphasis on martial magic. While other schools shy away from controversial instruction, Durmstrang openly cultivates dueling and combative spells, earning it a darker reputation than its peers. Students train in magical endurance, combat, and survival, expected to withstand both the demanding climate and rigorous lessons. Core subjects such as transfiguration and potions remain, but they serve largely as scaffolding for the school's true mission, forging strength, precision, and mastery of force. The student body is smaller than that of Hogwarts or Beauxbatons, but the program's rigor is unmatched. Students are drilled in discipline, often leaving as formidable and intimidating figures. For international travel, Durmstrang relies on a vast enchanted ship capable of surfacing dramatically from beneath the water. Its appearance is more than transportation. It is a performance of power, a reminder of the school's stature. Durmstrang's reputation has long been defined by its leaders and alumni. Igor Karkaroff, once a Death Eater, represented the school as headmaster during the Tri-Wizard tournament, his tenure marked by both pride and suspicion. Even more infamous was Gellert Grindelwald, expelled for dangerous magical experiments whose shadow still looms over the school's history. These connections have branded Durmstrang as tolerant of dangerous ideologies, though its foundation remains discipline and control. Harsh, secretive, and formidable, Durmstrang is as much shaped by its environment as by its philosophy. In its stone halls, young witches and wizards are not only taught, but hardened, their skills sharpened like weapons. Isolated in the cold, it endures as both a fortress and a crucible, producing graduates respected, feared, and never forgotten. High atop Mount Greylock in Massachusetts stands Ilvermorny, the great bastion of magical learning in North America. Concealed by powerful enchantments, the castle is invisible to nomads and cloaked in mist to wandering hikers. From its towers, students look out across endless forests, and within its halls, they inherit a legacy that began not in grandeur, but in exile. Ilvermorny's origins trace back to the 17th century and to Isolde Serre, a descendant of Salazar Slytherin who fled Ireland to escape both persecution and dark magic. Settling with her nomad husband, James Stewart, she opened her modest cottage to magical children, offering the education she had once been denied. Over generations, this cottage expanded into a castle, its stone walls now steeped in tradition. What began as a refugee became a school for the many, defined by inclusivity and unity. The school's identity is shaped by a blend of European and Native American magical traditions. Isolde drew on her knowledge of wandcraft, while her friendships with indigenous communities ensured Ilvermorny reflected local magical practices. Early wands, carved by Stewart himself, marked the birth of a distinctly American wand-making heritage. This fusion of worlds gave Ilvermorny a character unlike any other, rooted both in the old world and the new. Its 4 houses are named not for wizards, but for magical creatures: Thunderbird, symbolizing adventurers; Wampus, representing warriors; Horned Serpent, associated with scholars; and Pukwoodgi, tied to healers. Students stand before statues of these creatures, and when more than one responds, the choice lies with the student, offering a rare freedom in their destiny. The result is a house system less about rivalry and more about identity and choice. Ilvermorny's curriculum mirrors European standards, charms, transfiguration, and potions, but places greater emphasis on ethics and responsibility, shaped by America's diverse heritage and history of secrecy. The grounds are layered with enchantments to repel intruders, while students arrive by broom, enchanted vehicle, or creature depending on their background. Though younger than Hogwarts or Beauxbatons, Ilvermorny has gained global recognition. It stands as the heart of magical America, a castle born of struggle and hope, embodying both tradition and innovation. Deep in the Amazon rainforest lies Castelobruxo, South America's great school of magic. To wandering muggles, it appears only as mossy ruins, a forgotten temple lost to the jungle. But to those with magic, the enchantments peel away, revealing a golden, pyramid-like palace gleaming beneath the canopy. Ancient stone walls shimmer with protective spells, blending seamlessly with the rainforest around them, as if the jungle itself had grown the school. Castelobruxo is older than most of its peers, predating European colonization. Its foundations are built on centuries of indigenous magical traditions, later shaped by outside influences. The result is a curriculum uniquely tied to the land. Students here are renowned for their mastery of magizoology and herbology, disciplines enriched by the extraordinary biodiversity of the Amazon. Classrooms often extend into the rainforest itself, where lessons are taught among rare magical plants and creatures, making education as much a field expedition as a study of theory. The school is guarded by Kaipora, mischievous spirit beings drawn from indigenous lore. Small and covered in thick hair, they roam the grounds day and night, protecting both students and the forest. They delight in playing tricks on rule breakers and have earned a reputation for their fierce loyalty to Castelobruxo. For students, their watchful presence is a reminder that magic and nature are inseparable here. Students wear bright green uniforms that mirror the lush surroundings. Meals and gatherings take place in airy halls, open to the jungle, reinforcing the sense that Castelobruxo is not just in the Amazon, but part of it. Graduates are highly sought after as magizoologists, potion masters, and experts in magical conservation, carrying with them knowledge found nowhere else in the world. Though less celebrated internationally than Hogwarts or Ilvermorny, Castelobruxo remains a vital center of magical learning. It embodies harmony with the environment, teaching not only spells and potions, but respect for the balance of nature itself. Far out in the Pacific Ocean, perched on the volcanic island of Minami Iwo Jima, stands Mahoutokoro, Japan's prestigious school of magic. Built from gleaming white jade, the castle clings to the edge of a dormant volcano, glowing softly in the moonlight and appearing invisible to any non-magical eyes. The smallest in size of the great schools, Mahoutokoro is nevertheless among the most respected, with a reputation for discipline, excellence, and mastery. Students begin their education earlier here than anywhere else. At the age of 7, they study as day students, traveling daily across the waves on enchanted storm petrels, giant seabirds strong enough to carry them safely to the island. At 11, they board full-time, continuing until graduation. This gradual transition prepares them carefully, ensuring that by the time they arrive as boarders, they already carry years of foundation in magical knowledge. Mahoutokoro's most distinctive tradition lies in its robes. Each student receives a set of enchanted garments upon arrival. The robes begin pale pink, deepening in color as skill and knowledge grow, until they shine with gold, the mark of mastery. But there is also danger. Robes that turn white signal disgrace, marking a student who has broken magical law or strayed into dark arts. Those students face immediate expulsion, and the stain is permanent. In this way, honor and accountability are literally worn on the body. The school's curriculum emphasizes precision and control. Astronomy and magical theory are taught with exceptional rigor, while wand work is drilled until second nature. Quidditch is also central to life at Mahoutokoro. The school's teams are among the best in the world, producing players who often join Japan's celebrated national side. Mahoutokoro endures as a school where responsibility and skill are inseparable. To wear golden robes is to embody not just magical mastery, but personal honor, a philosophy that defines every witch and wizard who passes through its jade halls. High in the mountains of the moon in Uganda stands Uagadou, the largest school of magic in the world. Its vast stone structures are carved directly into the mountainside, often hidden by drifting clouds. From the valleys below, it appears not built, but grown from the cliffs themselves, a fortress of rock and mist. Believed to be thousands of years old, it is also one of the most ancient schools, its legacy deeply woven into African magical culture. The invitation to study at Uagadou is unlike any other. Instead of letters, children receive their acceptance through dream messengers, spirit-like figures that appear during sleep. Upon waking, the child finds a stone inscribed with their name, proof of the vision's truth. This unforgettable moment ensures that a witch or wizard's journey begins with reverence, linking their destiny to Uagadou long before their arrival. Uagadou is celebrated for its emphasis on wandless magic, a tradition preserved across centuries. Students learn to cast with hand gestures and incantations alone, wands being useful tools, but never indispensable. Its curriculum highlights transfiguration, astronomy, and alchemy, producing graduates renowned for their ability to shift seamlessly between forms. Self-transfiguration into animals, clouds of mist, or even pure light is taught here as part of daily practice, feats considered miraculous elsewhere. The school uniform is woven from enchanted natural fibers that shift with the climate and magical energy, symbolizing balance between wizard and environment. Lessons are often conducted outdoors, with the night sky, rushing rivers, or mountainsides serving as living classrooms. Graduates of Uagadou have shaped magical society throughout Africa and beyond, known as scholars, leaders, and guardians of magical heritage. With its immense scale, ancient roots, and unparalleled mastery of wandless magic, Uagadou stands as both a fortress and a sanctuary, keeping alive traditions as old as magic itself. In the vast expanse of Russia lies Koldovstoretz, one of the most mysterious schools of magic in the world. Unlike Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, or Durmstrang, almost nothing is known about its location or daily life. It is recognized by the International Confederation of Wizards as long established and prestigious, yet its aura of secrecy has given it a legendary reputation. The one detail widely shared about Koldovstoretz is both strange and unforgettable. Students are said to play Quidditch not on broomsticks, but by riding entire enchanted trees. Whether this is a magical sport unique to the school or an eccentric variation on Quidditch, it defines Koldovstoretz's image. It suggests a culture rooted in boldness and raw magical experimentation. Little else is documented. The school's architecture, curriculum, and admissions remain hidden. Yet at international events, Koldovstoretz students are noted for moving in tightly knit groups, hinting at a tradition of unity and discipline. Their presence leaves an impression of cohesion, even if their methods remain obscure. Though far less famous than Hogwarts or Durmstrang, Koldovstoretz holds its place among the 11 great schools. Its secrecy fuels speculation, and its eccentricity ensures it remains a subject of curiosity. While other schools are celebrated for spectacle or history, Koldovstoretz endures as the school defined by mystery. Among the 11 great schools of magic officially recognized by the International Confederation of Wizards, 3 remain unnamed. Their existence is certain, their traditions long established, yet no official records have revealed their locations, architecture, or methods. They stand as silent pillars in the landscape of magical education, acknowledged but deliberately hidden, their secrecy perhaps the strongest enchantment of all. The purpose of these schools is clear even if their names are not: to serve vast magical communities not covered by the institutions we know. The wizarding populations of Oceania, Asia, and Africa are immense, and it is likely that one or more of these schools lies within those regions. Theories abound. Whispers of an academy in the Pacific Islands, a hidden citadel somewhere on the Indian subcontinent, or another fortress of knowledge rising from the deserts or savannas of Africa. Each theory carries weight, but none are confirmed. What is known is their recognition by the International Confederation of Wizards. To stand among Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Uagadou, these unnamed schools must be centuries old, fortified by tradition, and prestigious in reputation. They would be unplottable to muggles, concealed by charms of the highest order, and bound to local magical practices that give them a character all their own. Their secrecy may serve not only to protect their students, but also to preserve magical traditions meant only for those within their walls. For the global wizarding community, the unnamed schools are a reminder of how much remains hidden. While Hogwarts and Durmstrang are celebrated in story, and Mahoutokoro and Castelobruxo are illuminated in lore, these 3 are cloaked in silence. They may be as grand as any known castle, or as subtle as a sanctuary, invisible to all but those invited. Until their secrets are revealed, they remain the most tantalizing mysteries of magical education.